CSS battle time and percent. Hopefully it's 100. No, not big enough. Bigger. Ooh, too big. Did it. It's perfect. So close. I feel like if you had the right font, it could work, but no. Alright, let's take this seriously, right? Let's get rid of that. I don't ever want to use a div, because you don't need to. There's shorter elements to use. Alright. I don't think gradients are going to work for me here. Actually, they would. A gradient could work. Here's why. See this skewed line? Skew might work. I think there is a skew property. So let's say we did a... Let's throw together something real simple here. I just want to see if this works for me personally. I don't think this is the solution I want to do. But let's say margin is going to be, you know, 20 on the top and 120, 180. There we go. We get our little line here. And I think we don't need to translate on skew. I think it's one of those ones with the shorthand, 15 degrees. Nope. Transform skew. Yeah, there it is. And then you can feed it. Yeah. So, you know, like, it's pretty doggone close, right? Yeah. I mean, look at that. You have your thing right there. That's not a horrible way to go. I don't mind that. But I wonder if... See, I could do the HTML. Could just have top and bottom margin. And I could skew it. And then... box shadow won't really work, I don't think. So box shadow won't work unless I make this the smaller element and then do an expanded box shadow. I think that might work. A box reflect won't work because you can only do one axis for the reflection. I wonder how they skew, if it affects things like rotate. See, rotate, the corners would still be 90 degrees. You know, we wouldn't have this angle right there. With a linear gradient, I can do the same kind of effect with the margins down. I guess I just have to have two elements with the same kind of styling and different margin. Now take a position fixed to make that work. I mean, this is so close as it is. I think a linear gradient just adds some trouble. Alright, let's do it this way. Let's see. Got nothing now? There we go. So, man, that works so good. The reason why I changed this to an and plus and is because I'm thinking if I put a P in here, let's see what background it gets. I want it to have the purple background and then just do the border on it. So that was my thinking there. Yeah, let's just knock this out real quick. It's gonna have to be a position fixed, so we don't make our body all wonky trying to move it around. And let's give it a border. You know, 20 pixels about solid. and white. I have to give it a border radius. 20 pixels. There we go. Margin it into place. 0. It puts it there, so negative. Actually, 20 or so. Oh, it's skewed too. It is skewed. Okay. Okay, so we'd have to unskew. Well, that makes a linear gradient seem a lot nicer. Because when we put padding on this, it's gonna look bad. Let's do 30 by 10. I forgot the borders. Wait, why isn't the border rounding on the inside? Is that because of skew? No. Is this, am I just imagining things? That the border radius would apply to the element and not just the border? Like it has a border radius and then the border has a border radius? Oof. Nope. I'm not crazy, right? I hope I'm not crazy. Look at the corners on the inside. They're square. Those are supposed to be rounded. It's not the position fix that's doing it. No, it's not. Okay, yeah. It's rounded there. It's rounded there. Is this a size thing? Okay. And now it doesn't. Wild. This is blowing my mind. Is it because it's a bigger border than the width of the element? Is that what is doing it? So it does work. It's got to have to do with, just because I'm using padding. I've never run into this issue before, but I've never really wanted the element this small with that big of a border, I don't think. Fascinating. Okay, so with a smaller border, it is rounded on the inside of the border. The border radius is larger on the outside, and so I'm losing it. Maybe this is sort of the same phenomenon we see with box shadow, like when you're box shadowing and starting to lose that border radius as it gets bigger. So instead of a border, I mean, it's fewer characters than doing a box shadow. 0, 0, 0 because of this, 20 pixels. And white. Okay, see, it's working fine. 30 pixels. Yeah, we're losing the round there. You see, already at the 30, we've lost the round. Weird. So that won't work. Because I think that pill shape is just about the, yeah, that looks like exactly the right size. If we put that right there and drop it down, another 10 pixels, yeah. So then our border radius isn't right. So it needs a border. But is it 30 pixels? Solid. White. And it becomes a square. Wild. Alright. Becomes a square. I don't think I've had this issue before with border. I really don't. Did something change with an update? All right. Skew works. I think I will do. Okay, let's just take this serious now. How am I going to do this with the loss of my radius? I think I have to do an outer element and an inner element. The only other option, nah, I just run into the same issues. I was thinking of doing a box shadow inset maybe of the white, but I don't think it's gonna be any different. Okay. Background here, we're gonna do a margin of 50 top and bottom and 0. Let's put that right there. Let's just do our linear gradient, and we're going to do 15 degrees, right? I think that's all I need. I might need a negative on there. It should be 15 degrees actually. I think it's, well, we're just gonna have to find out. So we're gonna have, should I start at that one? Should I go purple to white and then purple? I think 3 color stops is gonna make life a lot easier for me. So let's do that. White 0 to 130 pixels, and then we'll do purple. 0. What did I break? Oh, I see. I put an extra comma in. Hey-oh. Okay. Negative 15? No. We gotta approach this differently. So 90 is gonna be straight right. So 105? Yeah. Let's isolate this so we can see it. All right. So that's it happening, and it is tiling because I margined it down. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. I have to put a border on this. I need a 50 pixel border, not a 30 pixel one, which is what I'd rather write, you know, the border width once. Oh, I can't use borders anyways, so we're just gonna have to use border radius, a solid element. All right. All right, and then we don't need the margin. Right, because that's the border locks us into place, and it doesn't matter our left or right border, right? So let's step this far side out where we need it. 80, 90, 185. Ooh. 186. Let's change it to Q. Let's see what we get. 197. Let's see if that works. And then U, we jump up 150, 160. Let's change you to Q as well. It's not going to be the best. VW units would be better. 6. Ooh, 5 or 6. Let's go with 5 for the moment. That's gnarly. We're going to see if we get 99.9. If we do, it's this linear gradient for sure. Okay. Let's style our body and our paragraph tag. And we can't box reflect it. Now, if we had... But I could just do a box shadow. It should be the same distance on both box shadows. So I could do the body be the white one, P tag be the purple one, and then the box shadow, the color would have to change. Yeah, I just need to make 2 extra elements. So 4 elements total for that to work. One, so the body, paragraph, so 3 paragraphs. If I'm just using the same elements and then just margining them. That's a lot of margins. But box shadow, I need color. Okay. I wonder if I use percent, if it would work better. I don't know, because the percent... No, I'm just not going to overthink this at this point. I'm probably running out of time. I need to work on my resume some more, so I need to save time for that. Okay, border radius. I did that. What I need to do is give you size. I could get fancy with this and font. I've done it before, where if I turn this unit into a font-based unit, and then I set font to 0 here, we'd essentially have white for 197 Q units. So like 190 pixels, it would be white. Well, this is not 190 pixels across, so you would see white, right? And I wouldn't have to write another background. Yeah. Let's see what this is in pixels. It's not 160, so M won't work very easy. 156? Yeah, 156. So that's 4 short of 160, which means it would be, instead of 10M, it'd be 9.75. Let's see. Now we don't add any extra characters. It holds steady. And now we can do font 0A. And we're going to turn this into everything so that our body shows up with purple borders. And our paragraph tag shows up with purple borders. All right. So our border, 50 pixels solid. Again, let's get rid of the border. 50. 16, 48. 2 pixels is 1/8. So it's going to be 3.125 M. Oh, it doesn't matter. The border can be kind of... I have to do margin if I don't do 50 pixels. Okay. 3.125 M. Hey, my math is mathing. All right. I like it when that happens. And notice now we have a white body coming across to our purple, which is our 3rd color stop that goes for the rest of it. So when we margin things down, I believe we will get our desired result. All right. Let's put it into place. So the top is going to be at 0, I believe. There we go. The right will be like 120. The bottom would be like 100. Hey, there we go. Nope, 80. Something like that. And then the left would be 0, 20, 30, 25 it is. 25. Like it. And let's jump this one up to be the proper number. 185. All right, that 185 I've seen before. That seems good. Let's just turn up our border radius. Can we do one? Yeah, I like it. Okay. That's decent. That is decent. There we go. Now our P tag, we do need to change the background. Unless... Can we do something fancy with font again? Okay, so I could, on our P tag, I could jump font way up, and then it's just going to be all purple. Right? We don't need another background. Font 2M. A. So it should turn this number, you know, turn that, double it essentially, and be purple for that length. Where is our P tag? It's right there. Our body disappeared. Our body disappeared. But why is that there? Oh, I understand what's happening. No, I don't understand what's happening. Oh, yes, I do. Let's go margin. And then... Okay, good. So our paragraph tag, we need to give it some height. And then we can give it some hit width. There we go. It's still white. Why are you white? Oh, it's going to have... Darn it. Hate it when that happens. I wonder why the 2M isn't working. So we turn font to 0 in the body. And so it's calculating that thing as 0 now. And I'm changing it to 2M. But I wonder if it's already too late. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if I do like a... No, it's still not working. I do see some purple there. Oh, it did move. Okay, we're not getting a margin collapse. I wonder why. I'm happy with that. I like that. So it needs to be 30 top and bottom. Is it 30 from the sides too? Yeah. We just need to give it a better height. There we go. And it's making things expand. How dare. Why is it making... Oh, that seems decent. Alright. Now if I could just figure out this whole font thing. So at 0.25, that means the purple... what I essentially want is the font property to not inherit down here. I wonder if I can... 0.5, 1.5, 2.5. Why is that changing the size? Oh, probably because of, oh, what'd you call it? It's changing because of... There's, the space, the line spacing. I forget the property, but there's one that requires extra space at the bottom of your paragraph tags in your body or whatever element you have, but the browser automatically puts in this default space at the bottom for dangling letters like a P. The letter P has that line that drops down, and so you have that little line there dropping down, and it makes that space. So there is a property to remove that, but I think that's why my sizing is changing from changing the font, which is disappointing because all this is, it's not quite working. Let's see if 7, no, 7.2. Yeah, right at the point where it works, we start encroaching with that gradient in. Okay, why? Oh, I wonder if I just change this to 1. Okay, That's all working. I wonder if I can change my margins and stuff and fix this. So like our bottom margin, if I change it to 60, 100. Nope. It's just overflowing. Our font is messing stuff up. This is such a fun trick to use and not have to write extra backgrounds. I'm using the same gradient for everything. I've even done it where I hid a gradient inside a gradient. I like that one. I just did some other color stops that was the smaller gradient. And then when I did font 0, that smaller gradient showed up. So maybe I could do that. No, it won't work. It won't work. It's okay. The other thing I can do is variabilize the background and then just add a position to the end. You know, position it in the purple area for I can do this. Just start stepping it up. Okay. Let's put this back to 0. I really just want it to be, you know, 1. And it should... Okay, I messed up my margins. That's what I did. Okay. This was all working before. Yeah. Why'd my top margin oh. Okay. Oh, I see what's happening. Now the purple is working. Is it? Paragraph tag margin. There it goes. It's sitting up top now. And it's white as well. Okay. What if I put a... No? They both become large purple blobs, as I would expect. This is tripping me out, man. I think I might just have to write another background and accept it. Margin collapse. It's moving it down, but the margin is collapsed now. Why it's collapsed now and it didn't collapse earlier, I genuinely don't know. All right. I'm done fighting. I'm done fighting. It's okay. Oh, let's get rid of that. I'll need margin. But it's gonna be like 30 by 15. There we go. Let's come back up here. Margin 30. There we go. Okay. Let's see if the box shadow idea will work on the body. To get these aligned properly, we'll have to use the color property to be able to adjust it without writing a whole nother box shadow. So the first one's going to be that for the body. I don't need that for it. Okay. All right. What are we doing? We're going like 100 pixels. There we go. And then we can, let's just get it moved into place, and then we can translate, see if we can translate it into a different 80, 50, 60. Okay. Paragraph tag is position fixed, which means it has a different stacking context, I believe, for the box shadow. So I probably have to write its own. I don't know if its shadow will show up over the other one, which will actually might lead me to just doing 2 more elements instead of doing this box shadow thing because of the color issue. Oh, wait. Nope, no. Hold on. I think I'm completely wrong. I'm just an idiot. That's all. Sometimes. Why? You let me get away with it right here. You don't like it here? I mean, fine, be that way. Maybe it just can't do it twice. Okay. You know, a variable right there won't help me any. Would a variable for the color help? Like if I just put a variable inline, it's going to be 9 characters to set it up. And you know what? Writing the color property is less than that. Because I'd still have to write both of them, and I'd have to actually include the pound sign on both. So I'll just leave it at that. All right, let's hit submit. Let's see how far away I am. See if that linear gradient is going to work. I probably should have checked that sooner. I have words. Okay. Is it the linear gradient or is it these circles? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that looks worse. Let's see if it is worse. $99.7. Okay, good. So I think I can leave that alone. And that is okay. Let's look at our linear gradient. Let's see if we can... see if we stay at a 997 with that. 99.8. So it went down and went... Yeah, it went down from the 99.9. So that wasn't an improvement. Let's see what that does. $99.9. Okay. Hasn't changed it. Yeah. This is where I usually go, okay, I could probably get it eventually. And maybe I need to make that its own element and just skew it. Right? That skew seemed to work really good. Except for the fact that it was skewing you know, other things too. Okay, now it's starting to move past into the diff is starting to look like it's changing on the inside now where it's like not big enough. Yeah, still 99.9. So we've gone all the way through the range. All right. Let's try 97.4. Okay. All right. I don't think there's really, you know, much point in testing more of those. I'll check the other color stop on the other side and just see 99.9. It may not accept this at all. You know, say like that's not good enough. Leave it right there. 99.9. Let's change that one. No. 0.5. If 0.5 doesn't work. No? Okay. I'm gonna call it. Is it my box shadow? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. And that's something I put in the suggestions on the CSS Battle Discord is if I could know even just, hey, your issue is up here or your issue is down, you know, like this quadrant and this quadrant, then I'd know, hey, it's not the gradient. Or if it went like, dude, the center boxes, if it was like a 9 grid or 6 grid quadrants where it pointed out all the ones where it found like issues, oh man, that would make troubleshooting this so much easier, and I'd stick with it longer because like I wouldn't be guessing. I don't know what the process is. I won't pretend like I do know anything about that or how complicated that addition would be, but man, would that be a quality of life improvement. Because I don't know how many solutions I've done with this big of lines that were great. They were fine, you know? And I don't know, maybe it is. This circle needs to be pushed over a half a pixel, you know? It's or it's too big or I don't know. I don't know. And because I don't know, I did the design. I'm happy with that. And I had kind of fun exploring font and other things with it, finding out some weird quirks again, and issues that I need to get better with. Oh, you know what? Let's save an extra character. Oh god. That doesn't work. Do you know why it doesn't work? Because of how we're changing font. So I didn't save any characters on that because rim is still going to be the same number of characters. Okay. You know, it's fine. I don't need to chase the VW. All right, cool. It was fun. See you guys. Bye.